Hi everyone, this is Jo Smart from Fight Angels. Today is the 1st of December and I'm a little bit late in doing this. I normally do it before the beginning of the month. But you might be able to hear I'm a little bit snotty, I'm a little bit croaky. Not my glam self, although this lovely rainbow coming from the window is helping hide some of the bags under my eyes, because I have been poorly, and gratefully, thankfully, it hasn't been COVID, but I've had some stinker of a cold. Just feels like while we weren't out mixing and catching standard, well-known germs, they were all living their best life, getting really strong to come back with a vengeance this year. So I know so many people have had sick bugs, viruses, snots. It's just, yeah, feels like our immune systems need a bit of help right now. So I am a little bit late, but I'm here, and apart from a little bit of sniffles, I am well. So I'm here to do your December light worker reading. I hope you've had a wonderful November. I've had a really busy November, which again might be why I fell foul of germs towards the end, but it's been a real, blessed month. I did my first introduction to angel cards workshop, which was just amazing. I had the most incredible experience when I was leading the group members through a meditation to meet their guardian angel, where as I was building up to the guardian angel bit, I could feel all this static electricity behind me, and then as I introduced the guardian angel, it was like they walked through me, and it was just like, when you get you're cold and you get into a bath of water and there's all this warmth comes over you. It was like that, this warmth came through me as the guardian angels stepped forward to introduce themselves to the people on the group. So special. I feel so blessed to have experienced that. What a privilege. I also observed some Reiki attunements in preparation for me attuning people now that I've got my Reiki Master Teachers. And last night I did a psychic night, which was really fun, where I got to read for some lovely people who'd all booked in. So it's been brilliant, and there's just been so many opportunities to connect people to their spiritual support team, their angels, their ancestors, their guides. So whilst I've worn myself out a bit, and I do need to rebalance and refocus and top myself back up again, I've had some amazing spiritual experiences. So it's been a really special month. And so what we're here to find out is, what does December have in store for us? So I haven't got a particular topic. I haven't set any particular intentions today. I feel like, there's not really any kind of particular issue or need. It's, there is a lot of stuff going on, but there's also a lot of positive stuff happening and really good stuff. So I just wanted to concentrate on the positive today and harness the happy vibes, rather than focus on something we may need to work on or we may need to fix. So let's keep it high vibing today is kind of where I thought we'd go. So I have picked for the reading the Carl Gray Angel Prayers, because again, these are really high vibing and all about us and really nice and gentle. So these are published by Hay House. And I've just set my intentions this morning as I've opened up to the angels, that they tell us, what do we need to know for December? What do our light worker angels want us to know for December? So keeping it simple for the beginning of the festive period. So I'm just going to pull 3 cards. 3 beautiful, inspiring messages from our angels to start us on the journey of December. That one's sticking up. So that one grabbed my attention. You might notice that, when I'm shuffling, if a card grabs my attention by obviously jumping out or by sticking up and not going back down, for me, that's the angels telling me to pick that one. There's another one. Okay. So, the first one that's stuck up, and it's really interesting because obviously I was talking about the opportunities that I've had this in November. to connect people to their spiritual support team, which I'm doing a fair on Sunday where I'm doing a talk on it. It's a mini talk. I did a bigger talk at a fair in October. So there's kind of a real push at the moment. I think people really, are wanting to connect. They're recognising that there's more to this life than what you see and touch in the physical world. And so obviously at the beginning of this I was talking about connecting people to their spiritual support team, and also I've been trying to connect to mine more. And so the first card that jumped out and stuck up and didn't go back down is spiritual support. So again, if you've felt in November that you haven't been connecting as much as you should, this is a bit of a push and a nudge to, your angel saying, hi, remember that we're here. You've got a massive team available to you to call on for help and for comfort and, for anything you need, really. There's nothing too small or too big for you to ask your angels for. I used to really suck at making cheese sauce. So I used to use that horrible granular stuff if I wanted to make something with a cheese sauce. Plastic cheese doesn't taste right. And then over lockdown, I kind of got into a bit more cooking, especially like working from home, because it gives me a nice cut off between coming down from my upstairs office and cutting off for the day is actually doing something, that I have to concentrate on, so I don't think about work anymore. And so I was like, so this is probably about 8-9 months ago. I was like, I'm going to make cheese sauce from scratch. And I brought my angels in to help me. I was like, thank you, angels, for helping me make this cheese sauce from scratch. It should be the easiest thing in the world, but I just couldn't grasp it. I couldn't get the chemistry right. It was all lumpy. But I was like, thank you, angels, for coming in and helping me with this cheese sauce. Thank you for the abundance that I can afford the ingredients to make this lasagna that my family are going to enjoy. And, I set the intention that this cheese sauce is the perfect cheese sauce. And hey, presto, I am now the cheese sauce queen. Like, I'm batch cooking lasagna and cauliflower cheese and vegetable lasagna for like my whole extended family because it's so good. To blow my own trumpet. But I brought and I still do. I sprinkle angel dust in that cheese sauce every time. When I'm making cheese sauce, I'm setting the intention, that it's going to be, a really good, smooth cheese sauce. It's going to be really cheesy. It's going to be the perfect consistency. There's going to be enough of it. And I come from gratitude. I thank the universe and my angels that I've got the abundance to be able to buy those ingredients, and I've got the time to be able to do that. So there is nothing too small for you to ask your angels for your spiritual support team for support for. Take it from me. That's my example of how I quite often now use my spiritual support team in cheese sauce, and if I'm making a complicated recipe. But in all seriousness, this card has come out to say, no matter how busy we are in the month of December, rushing around, visiting family, buying presents, getting the house ready for visitors and all of that stuff, going and getting our booster jabs now, amongst all of that stuff that you've got going on, remember that you've got this team backing you up. So call upon them to help give you the energy. Call upon them to help you make the right decisions for yourself and your family at this time. Call upon them just to remind you of their presence and get the comfort from that. So that's what this card is representing. Also, again, going back to what I was saying at the beginning, where I've had a wonderful November spiritually, but possibly haven't quite got the balance right because I've obviously allowed myself to dip in terms of my immunity, is balance. December, there's a lot of pressure on people in December, and I think especially this December because last Christmas, obviously we went into a lockdown here in the UK, and I think a lot of places across the world had very, limited options for interactions over the festive period. And regardless of whether you celebrate Christmas or not, it is a festive period here in the West, and there's a lot of celebrations and there's a lot of expectation. And like I said, I think because of last year, people are feeling that more. People are more excited that they get to spend Christmas with families, hopefully, and friends. And we've gone a little bit back more to normal, although not quite. That brings expectation, that brings pressure to make this the best festive period ever, the best Christmas ever, the best Yuletide ever. take your foot off the gas. Whatever will be, and whatever will be perfect. That's what I've just heard really clearly. It doesn't have to be the best Christmas dinner in the world. It doesn't have to be the most expensive present in the world. Time is the biggest gift that you can give people, and it's also the biggest gift that you can give yourself. So keep the balance in December. Keep focusing on, what really is important without getting carried away with all the hype, because you are perfect as you are, and what you give is perfect. So don't feel like you have to do any more, and make time in December to also treat yourself and spend time on yourself, practicing self-care. And I want to say as well, if you're feeling pressured to go places and do things and you don't really feel up to it, you just want to rest, or you want to do something else, then you do what's right for you. You do you. Don't feel pressured to burn yourself out in December, because then you're starting January 2022 from a low ebb. We want to go into 2022 high vibing, energetic, shining our light, ready for whatever 2022 has to bring. So don't burn yourself out in December. Keep the balance. Whatever you do will be perfect. And the third one is, even if it's a little bit miserable outside, get out. Move our bodies. So part of that self-care is about keeping our vibrations high with movement. So whether that's dancing around your house as you do the hoovering, whether that's when we've got those cool crisp days, which I think today is one of those, is getting out in that fresh air. Even when I've, the last week to 10 days, felt quite poorly, and you get that head fog with a cold and you just feel all frowsy. I'm grateful to have a dog, because I have to go out. Like, I don't have a choice. He doesn't know I'm not feeling well. But actually, getting out in that fresh, cold breeze has really helped remove that brain fog. Comes back within about an hour of me getting back in the house. But it's probably the snippets that I've felt the best whilst I've had this stinking cold, is getting out and just that freshness hitting you and reinvigorating you and kind of shocking you back into reality. Is so it might feel like, if it's a bit cold and miserable and you're maybe feeling a little bit low in energy, because we often do at this time of year, is our spiritual support teams are saying, there are some beautiful crisp winter days that have been and are coming, and make the most of them to reinvigorate our souls, to revive ourselves physically, to get that shock of the cold, on our skin, clearing away any cobwebs, clearing away any fog, and just looking up at the sky and being grateful. If getting out for you is a struggle, just find another way of moving your body. Like, say if it's around your house, just keep that energy flowing, keep those high vibrations flowing. I'm not talking about movement, going Christmas shopping, or rushing around, because remember, we've got the balance. That doesn't count as movement. If you've visited 3 people to drop off Christmas presents in a day, that's not the movement we're talking about. We're talking about purposeful movement that's going to raise your vibrations, that's going to make you feel better, that's going to connect you more with your spiritual support team. Because remember, in order to connect to our spiritual support team, we have to have high vibrations. It's like a mobile signal. If you've got high vibrations and you're feeling grateful, you're focusing on the positive, and even if you're feeling a little bit low physically, at least emotionally you are grateful and happy and feeling good about stuff, then you've got full bars on your mobile signal to your spiritual support team. They can hear you really clearly, and you can hear them really clearly and spot their messages really clearly. If you're at a low vibration, if you're focusing on the negative stuff rather than the positive stuff, if you're feeling hard done by, if you're comparing yourself to other people, wishing you had what they had, you know, if you're feeling jealous, angry, resentful about anything, that's low vibration, which means, you know, you're in a really bad signal area. You've literally got no bars on your mobile phone. So your spiritual support team are still there, but the reception's crackly, because you're not setting your intentions from a good place. But equally, you're not noticing their input, their attempts to bring you back. So when we're talking about move your body, the angels, is purposeful movement for you and for you alone. That's going to raise your vibrations. It's not rushing around getting ready for Christmas movement. That is the opposite to that. So quite a strong message of how we can look after ourselves and how we can, you know, really get the most out of this period of December and the festivities with keeping ourselves well, keeping ourselves high vibrational and keeping ourselves positive. So it's connect to your spiritual support team, talk to them every day, bring them in every day, you know, and like I say, if you're rubbish at wrapping paper, ask them to help you wrap that paper, and it'll be like it's been done in a shop. The presents even, you know, I'm not very good at wrapping paper. I get my husband to do it. You know, but so anything, big or small, bring your spiritual support team in to help you. You are their job, right? Remember to keep balance in all the busyness and all of the pressure. Take stock, keep perspective on what is really important, and in that include yourself. And purposeful, high vibrational movement to keep that mobile signal to the divine strong. Oh. So I got through it without having a coughing fit, so that's good. Thank you all for watching. I hope that that's been helpful for you. Certainly I can relate to all of that, and certainly will be taking that on board. So yeah, all good. And I will see you again before Yuletide, stroke Christmas, stroke 25th of December. We've also got the winter solstice on the 21st of December. So again, a very, very special day. So I will see you before then to wish you all a happy festive time. But until then, enjoy December, move, keep balance, and say hi to your angels. Love and light.